Só um minutinho que tá carregando. Hello, people from YouTube. Morning, my name is Katiana. I'm a host here on Talking today. Before I start with this immersion, I need to explain a little things about how the Talking work. The Talk is a platform for learning English, and study English, Spanish, Mandarin, I think Italian, and other languages. Today we stay here with Sydney, Rafael, and Erica, and for discuss about cooking. Before I start with this immersion, I introduce myself. I am not a teacher. I'm here like Sydney, Rafael, and Erica for improve myself in English, because I need the English in my job. And I think it's these little things about me. Here we have a rules, respect the other persons, and because this space is a space for improve new languages. And Sydney, please, I read the question number 1, and I ask you for introduce yourself and sorry, guys, tá tendo um tiroteio do bairro do lado aqui do meu. Peraí. Caraca, sinistro. É porque eu trabalho do lado da janela aqui, perdão, gente. Qualquer coisa eu vou deixar vocês no YouTube e vou sair daqui. Sydney, please introduce yourself and tell with us. Do you enjoy cooking? Why or why not? Please, first introduce yourself, and after this, answer this question. Do you enjoy cooking or not?
Okay. Hello, guys. Good morning. I'm Sydney. I'm currently living in Belo Horizonte. I'm 38 years old. I'm an accountant. I'm married. I have a son. In my free time, I like to read a lot of different things, different subjects, articles, books. I like to study English. I like to study many things. Going to answer that question, yes, I like to cook, but I enjoy cooking more because I love to prepare things, dishes for my family. I appreciate that pleasant moment we have all together, eating something and speaking with each other. And I think for me, this one of the things that motivate me to cook, to have that moment, to stay together with my family, and yes, to enjoy that moment with everyone together. That's it.
Sorry. Erica, it's a nutritionist. It's correct?
Right.
You love cooking or not? Introduce yourself and answer this question for us, please.
Sure. Good morning, everyone. I'm Erica. I live in Belo Horizonte, Minas Gerais, like Sydney. And here, my bachelor degree is a nutritionist. My major is nutrition. And I work here in some public schools. And of course, I love cooking. It's my best hobbies in my free time and not free time. I'm always cooking. So for me, it's a pleasure to cook. It's good when you go to the table if your family, everyone eat the dishes that you cook. So it's my big pleasure, and that's all. I love cooking. I didn't know about the topic today, but It's amazing. How about you, Rafael? Share your opinion.
Rafael,
Oi. Hello.
please introduce yourself and share your opinion. You a kind of person who love cooking or no?
Oh, I love food. Uh, Mais ou menos.
So.
So, my marriage like cook uh, uh, melhor que eu. Yeah. Cook in my house. Uh, uh, de vez em quando, devido ao trabalho mesmo, tem muito tempo não.
Oh, if I remember correctly, last Sunday you explained for us your routine. It's crazy. You working during the day, study at night, and it's you don't have time for cooking, no? It's so it's you running a lot, I think. But guys, I forget for answer this question. I love cooking. When I have time for, I think cooking it's more than for me. Cooking it's not about only about the food. I grow up in an Italian family, and for in an Italian family, when you thinking about food, it's more cooking. It's more than eating food. It's involving feelings, involving family, and we have a lot of memories around the table, cooking the things. And for me, I love, but I need time for cooking the things because if I don't have time, I think I don't enjoy the moment, and I love it. For me, when I have time, I think when they stay very happy, I cooking for the other persons. For my friends, I cooking the chocolate cake because I think it's a kind of it's you share your feelings for the other persons with a food. It's my opinion. It's personal, my opinion, but it's I love. Now I jump for the question number 2, and I start with this question. What type of dishes do you like to cook the most? Uh, I'm not a person who cooking a very special food. I love this. I think the simple things it's so interesting. For example, um, the chocolate cake. The friends behind me say all the time, "No, your chocolate cake it's so amazing." My daughter say these things. My husband say the things, and I love cooking cakes, pasta, and I don't know if you know about the capelletti. Capelletti, it's an Italian food. You have a pasta, and in middle of it's like a gnocchi, but you have a meat in middle of the pasta. It's delicious for eating in the winter. It's a capelletti. I love capelletti. And Sydney, about question number 2. Uh, uh, what type of the dish do you like to cook the most?
Well, normally I cook normal dishes. I think simple dishes like rice, beans, meat, salad. Yes, but because I don't have a knowledge enough to cook sophisticated things. But my wife, she likes to cook that things. And when we have some moments when we invite some people here, some people come to visit us. She likes to cook for them. For example, my parents, her parents, some relatives, some are relatives, and the well, but at at because there is specific things about this because I've practicing the diet called intermittent fasting in the last 4 years. Yeah, so uh, I'm avoiding to eat. I'm avoiding to have breakfast to Monday until Saturday. So I only have my lunch
And
and
I
that's it. Hello? Hello?
Tatiana Frozen.
Yes.
Go ahead, Sydney.
So because that hello Katiana, did you ask something?
no, my connection it's unstable, and I
Ah,
don't listen when you answer.
ah,
But move on.
okay. So because that in most of the time, I think during the week, I cook only the at at night. I think yes, because on weekend we prepared all of the dishes for the lunch for the week for us, my wife, for me, my wife, and my son. We can save some time doing it. We frozen it for to eat Monday to Friday, and normally I prepare something for me or for my family on weekend, something on weekend. Yes, that's it. And Erica, please, uh, could you answer that question for us?
Sure, Katiana back. So, I love to cook pasta. I think it's easy. You just should include a sauce. So, it's a easy thing to do when you don't know how to cook. But my best dishes are desserts. I love to do cakes, pies, to confection the cake, the put candy on the top of the cake. Tomorrow I will do a cake for my sister because this Tuesday is her birthday. And what else? But I like to cook some kind of food that people didn't expect should be good. For example, biscuits. I love to cook biscuits because it's a manual job, so you should work with your hands. And in my house, my father has diabetes, so I include oats in the biscuits, and he didn't know that because he said I didn't use I didn't like ute, but I put in the biscuit and did he didn't observe that because the flavor is different. I think the good thing in you cook is you combine different kind of texture, the flavor, and people didn't know what is in this recipe because I think it's the most thing in you cook. And I like to cook dessert, pies. Uh, Juice, I like juice. It's simple, but for example, I like to combine 2 or 3 foods in the same juice. For example, I include carrots, orange, and lemon. Sometimes I prepare juice with lemon and yummy. I don't know yummy in English. I need to say that. So it's amazing. I think what Tatiana said before, when you cook, it's not about food, not about feed your body, but about emotions, feelings. So it's amazing. I think when I put the food on the oven and I get back the ready food, oh my God, it's a chemistry. It's amazing. Rafael, what about you?
Uh, I think pasta, meat, uh, eat, eat, uh, and my wife cooks better uh, here in my house. Uh, I uh, like to natural. Uh, I I don't have fish. Uh, I prefer fish, fish. Uh, I don't like fish. Uh, I like white beef, uh, beef, uh, beef, coming.
You're finished,
Você
Rafael?
tem muita coisa, né?
No, it's okay. Guys, I have a problem with my internet and I return with the other space. Everyone answered the question number 2 because eu caí, voltei? Yes?
Yeah.
Yes. I move on for the question number 3 now. Can you share a favorite recipe you enjoy making? Oh, I I think in my chocolate cake I use cocoa, 70%, 17%, I think, in my chocolate cake, and I use I don't know how do you say açúcar mascavo, sugar, but it's a sugar açúcar mascavo. I put a lot of vanilla because of the flavor of vanilla. It's so special. And eggs, milk, and I think it's this I use how I don't know I don't remember how do you say calda in English, but I put a lot of caldinha, and the chocolate cake it's so delicious because of this, I think. And I put a caldinha quando tá quente ainda, então a caldinha penetra no bolo, fica it's a delicious. And Sydney, about the question number 3, can you share a favorite recipe you enjoy making?
Well, I enjoy make well nowadays I'm trying to eat health food, for example, vegetables, fruits, meat. I'm avoiding to eat a, a carb and I think fat food. But well, I like to cook meat. For example, my wife she prepared for us pork with pineapple. She take a pork and cut it in a simple piece, and put some piece of pineapple in it and cook it. It like Erica mentioned, the flavor of it with the pork make it very delicious. Let me see. Yeah, because I prefer to eat that kind of things, combine that kind of things. For example, meat for me, it's a option to instead to eat, I don't know, a rice or some carbo food. It can be a good option. So usually I try to eat 2 or 3 types of meat: a pork, a cow meat, or a sausage. I think so, sausage. Let me see about the vegetables. I try to combine 3 or 4 vegetables. For example, carrot, eggplant. Eggplant, I think it's gilo in English. I don't know. Beet. Beet is I forgot what it beet in Portuguese. So beet, lettuce, and the tomatoes, and eating about vegetables, but fruit. I try to combine 3 types of fruits like mangoes, grapes, pineapple, and sometimes I put some piece of kiwi. So that is my normal dish during the week. On weekends, I allow me to eat another things. For example, hamburger, pizza, but not too much, because I think we need to enjoy the things as well, not to be obsessed a lot in some diet. So that's it.
Thank you, Sidney. And Erica, about the question, about this question, what's your opinion? Can you share a favorite recipe you cooking? Because I think you have a lot of várias receitas, no?
Yes, but my favorite recipe I do only once per year in the Christmas is the coconut pie. It's pavê de coco, but I can say coconut pie. I don't know pavê English. But it's easy. I just mix butter, sugar, and egg yolk. Mix too much and include coconut powder and milk cream, and I take the pan and make the layers. First layer the biscuit, maizena biscuit, and another layer of the cream. I put on all of these in these layers. The last layer is the cream, and I put on the refrigerator, the fridge, to get frozen a little bit for like 6 hours. It's so delicious. In the final, I put some coconuts to decorate the dishes. The dish. So, but yes, I have many favorite recipes. I started cooking when I was a child. My grandma teach me a lot because I live in Belo Horizonte, but I mean my hometown is not Belo Horizonte. I born in a small city, and in the past was so common the grandma and mother teach the kids, most human, how to cook. So the ability of cooking is a thing that you learn if you're if the human in your family. So, but as Sidney said, I prefer to have the, of course, healthy diet. I'm not a meat person. I don't like too much meat, to be honest. Only chicken meat. I think because the digestion, I think so heavy so to do. But the desserts are my favorite dishes that I like to cook because I like the dishes that I have that demands to me more time to cook. Do you know? Because people like to go to the kitchen and cook something in only 5 minutes. I said, if I cook only for 5 minutes, I go to McDonald's. For me, I like to process of the cooking, take each ingredient, put on the table, read the recipe. I think is the process I enjoy more than the cooking as well. How about you, Rafael?
I like pasta 300 of pastas. Any type you prefer. 300 grams of grilled beef, 1 medium onion, 2 garlic cloves, 2 large tomatoes chopped, 2 tablespoons of tomato sauce, uh, a cup of water, uh, salt to taste, the pepper to taste, so oregano to taste, olive oil or cooking oil for salt, uh, grapes, parmesan, chopped parsley, uh, so
Thank you, Rafael, for sharing with us. Erica say an important thing for us. And when you teaching a kids for cooking the food, the kids understand about the importance of looking for the food, understand the time for cooking the things, and the importance of eating a real food. Because I think this generation lost the things for this feeling for running all the time and eating a junk food in the breakfast, in the lunch. It's so in 10 years, probably you are this person. We have you guys eating in all day during the day junk food, pasta, pizza, and hamburgers and other things. Don't it, sometimes the persons I see one video of one wife cooking for her her family. All the things it's in the box, put it in the I don't in the no microondas, and it's the food. People don't prepare the food in other. The persons in the world lost these things, and I think it's crazy because it's the ultra processados. It's so crazy because puts a lot of gordura hidrogenada, a lot of currents and other things. And for me, it's so crazy. I every time I speaking with my daughter, you need eating a real food. And when you see, I see the videos from the foreigners, estrangeiros, when they stay in Brazil, the guys love our food because here we have a possibility for eating a real food every day, beans and rice, meat and vegetables. The Brazilians. Eating a real food, and I think it's crazy because sometimes the persons change this a gente perde essas coisas, né? A gente está perdendo a cultura de comer beans and rice every day, and people put junk food in these things. For me, junk food sometimes it's okay, but every day for me it's so crazy. It's my opinion. But this new generation, the kids sometimes don't. If you don't, like Erica said, teaching these kids, probably these kids don't grow up with this culture for cooking the real food and eating the real food. This answer is connected with the question number 4. How did you learn to cook? Was it from family, friends, or did you teaching yourself? In my case, I grew up in a Italian family, and for us, I have a grandmother, and in that time we have a lot of kids around the table. My grandmother make a lot of big pasta. Ela tinha pão de macarrão. I don't remember how do you say these things in English. It is a big pasta, and so common we the kids stay with my grandmother. And in my case, I learned it with my mother and my grandmother. I remember in one time I have a friend, and we have a time, one day in the week for cooking the
Tatiana frozen again. Right or no?
Yes, you're right, Eric. I think her internet connection is not so good today.
Okay, so I will share my
my
opinion.
family.
No, she back.
Oh, guys, sorry, because my connection now it's so bad. But
No problem.
Erica, move on about the question number 4.
Yes, as I said before, my grandmother and my mother teach me how to cook, and I have a story I remember because my grandmother she died with lung cancer, and in the last days of her life, she teach me how to cook, how to prepare kids food, pé de moleque, kids food, because it was my dream to know how to cook kids food. And I was 90 years old, and my grandmother cooked in the wood stove, fogão de lenha, you know. And she said, Erica, I will teach you now. It's only I will teach you one time, no more than this. And you just observe because to prepare kids' food is so dangerous for a kid, of course. And I remember for this time, as you said before, it's about memory, emotion, feelings, and I didn't forget about this moment. And I was only 5 years old. And when you said about the ability of to cook is important because as a nutritionist, I work in some public schools in Belo Horizonte, and sometimes kids said, "Oh, I prefer to cooking at school than my house because here the food is better." But not because the food is better, because the mother and the father as well, not only mother, don't know how to cook, how to prepare a pasta, how to prepare rice, a bean, a meat. So a salad of fruit. So it's so strange because people, the long of the years, lose the ability about how to cook, how to prepare the simple food. If your kids, sons, or whoever. So I think I'm a person that have the for great for me to learn how to cook if my the humans if my family. How about you, Sydney?
Well, I agree with you. I think uh, usually the people they learn from their families, their closest friends about to cooking. It's very common. But I remember back then it was super commonly that the people go to some, I think, library or bookstore and buy some books in that they teach and they learn that book teach the people how to cook different, I think, dishes, I think. And I remember my mother, she had some magazines. I remember vividly that she had a big book about had 50 different cakes. And I remember I read it many times and imagined me to eat that cakes. Also, it was it were a hundred, yeah, different cakes. Yeah, it's not 50, but 100. And but my mother never cooked that cake for us. She had her way to cook a cake, so she didn't, I think, put that instructions, that book, to practice it, to cook it. But and because I got, so nowadays we have another source to search. So for cook, for example, YouTube is a great source to see the how to prepare some dishes to cook. And also we have some shows, I think, contests and the reality shows like Master Chef, that people, we can see people cooking different dishes. To be honest with you, I don't like to follow that reality shows because some that some that some that hosts, they try to show such a humiliate show their abilities, and they most of the time they are doing their best, and that hostess, they try to say bad things for them, and I feel a little bad for them to participate in that contests and the reality shows. But that's it. And you, Rafael, tell us about that question, please.
My parents taught me how to cook the basics, tipo rice, beans, tomato salad, steak, but I learned some things on internet. But I generally like a culinary gift and my wife as for cooking. Uh, só também. Eu me sinto nervoso. falar muita coisa ainda. Mas é mais o básico mesmo.
Stay calm, stay calm. Guys, my connection today, it's bad today. You in what the question you answer? We answer now.
Is the number 4. Number
Okay,
4.
then.
It's interesting thing that Sydney said. I was thinking about today. Yes, there are many reality shows about cooking, and it's a magic because the recipes are amazing. When you go to restaurant, many people take a picture to put on Instagram because you need to show the people where you are eating, in what you eat, you are eating, and but at the same time, people don't know how to cook. Sometimes, the majority of time, people watch this kind of program, the TV shows, but they didn't apply the recipe in your life. She didn't cook. Okay, today I cook these dishes that I learned in the TV show. So it's so strange, I think. And I remember, just to complement my answer. When I was a child, I remember Ana Maria Braga, star of the Record channel. I have many books here, not books, that I read the recipe that she said on TV, and many of time me and my mother try to do the recipe here in our house. But today people didn't do that. People just like to follow this kind of reality show, because if the name is a show, it's just a
Mhm.
show. But there is a interesting point that Sydney bring to us. How about you, Tatiana?
I love MasterChef, Erica. I love because I think it's interesting. But there, I think we have it's a different routine, and sometimes we have a different utensils and equipment, and sometimes it's not. In our house, we don't have a lot of possibilities like that. But I think it's so interesting. But there sometimes we have very difficult dish. Sometimes, for example, duck, pato. I saw this kind of recipes, but it's not a kind of thing who I love, who I cook in my house, for example. But I love this kind of a reality show because for me it's so interesting. And it's possible you learn sometimes a simple recipe, like you said. I remember Ana Maria Braga, I watched in that time Ana Maria Braga a lot because we have a simple recipes in Ana Maria, and it's very simple for everyone do this kind of recipes in our house. And I think it's interesting because sometimes I know a kind of person who don't. A pessoa não sabe fazer ovo, or egg, a simple egg. And it's a simple things. I know this kind, one person in this position. And this person need see, for example, and with this talking shows and we have different recipes, simple and more incremented, I think, and it's possible for everyone cooking. Guys, I think we have a time for one question. I I choose the question number 6. Are there any cookie techniques you find challenging or interesting? I share one thing. I remember one time I put in my mind cooking the cebola do Outback. It's not. It's a kind of thing you need eating in Outback because foi desastre. And I cooked these things for my mother-in-law, para minha sogra. And my sogra said for me, no, não inventa essas modas novas assim, não. This is so difficult because involve a lot of technicals for you need to slice a cebola, put in middle of one thing, in other thing, put in oil. You involve a lot of technicals, and I don't. It's a very challenging for me. And now I'm a frustrated person, and when I feel quando eu quero comer cebola do Outback, eu vou para o Outback, eu não invento mais fazer em casa. And you, Sydney?
Yeah, you said something interesting because I forgot the ribs. Yes, ribs of Outback. It's also a delicious things to eat, and I have been trying to make the same ribs at my home because I love to eat ribs. But yeah, I think I need to buy some sauces ingredient to make it almost near that recipe. But my brother he likes to, I think, to make juice, especially that juice that Outback offer to the clients. I think it's a mix of juice, like Erica said. It's a juice like orange, and they put some, I think, some straw. Can I say? Morango. I forgot. Strawberry.
Orange
Strawberry.
is strawberry. I have a friend who go to Outback for drink these
Yeah.
things too.
Yes, my brother, he learned how to make that drink, and always because I work in nearby in a Ceasa here in Belo Horizonte, Contagem, to be more precise. And there the fruits is cheaper to buy, and I buy passion fruit, strawberry. I forgot. You think you put, yes, strawberry. Forgot again, and orange for him to make that choice for us in some happy hour or in some meetings. So that is that two things: the juice and the ribs in the Outback restaurant. And you, Erica, tell us that.
Yes, I think I'm always learn some techniques in how to cook. For example, how to eat like vegetable. You can cut in cubes, and can cut in slice or julienne way. So I follow the Le Cordon Bleu school. So they make how they have many techniques how to cook. Le Cordon Bleu is the most famous uh, culinary school around the world. So expensive. I'd like to study there one day. But I think I remember the flambe was the most difficult technique that I learned because you should put the alcoholic drink in the pan. You should keep the fire warm, So I think for me, I was a teenager because I learned how to cook and was a child and teenager. And this technique was the last one that my mother teach me how to do because it's dangerous for teenagers how to do. But I think it's amazing. I think the best part of cooking and you did flambe. People do flambe. I think it's so amazing. The fire. I think it is this magic. How about you, Rafael?
Uh, I have a lot of difficult cooking feijoada, as dairy is very process. It seems easy, but for me, it's very difficult. Só, somente, né? A única dificuldade que eu tenho.
You're finished, Rafael? Finished?
Yes.
Oh, guys, it's almost 8. Now it's time for say bye-bye for the guys.